C'est samedi ici à Grand-Mamou, mes amis, le 25 d'avril, ici chez Fred Tate's Lounge, de 8h à 11h. Moi, ça m'amuse, on fait les 400 coups en bois, on s'en fout pas mal. Pour 3 heures de temps, ça, c'est comme ça l'affaire devrait aller. Okay, with that, now we go back to KUN Studios and some recorded music.
En disant, cher enfant, toi t'as été condamné, toi t'es condamné pour le restant de ta vie. Il dit, cher vieille maman, mais faut-il prier pour ton enfant, pour sauver son âme des flammes de l'enfer. Avec des lampes dans les yeux, les mains sur la tête à feu.
We met Dewey Balfa and his brother Rodney at a folk music festival in 1978. We didn't see Dewey again until a year later, and in that time a lot had happened. He had lost his brothers Will and Rodney in a car crash, and he wasn't sure he wanted to play again. But since the 60s, Dewey and his brothers had been the ones to carry Cajun music outside Louisiana. Dewey had a mission: to preserve and share his music and culture. And now, despite the deaths of his brothers, and then later the loss of his wife Hilda, Dewey keeps on playing. We were there one day when his daughters Nelda and Roberta were fixing lunch. We wanted to know how it was growing up with a father who had this kind of determination.
When we were little, a lot of times we'd have family reunions and get-togethers, and the whole bunch of them were out there playing their music. That was fun. We enjoyed that, yeah. And I remember we'd dance together, all of us, and that was a lot of fun. As we got a little older, a lot of the times we missed Daddy being there, because the older we got and the more he liked to play, and the less we saw. The less we saw of him. But when they said, "Oh, your daddy is Dewey Balfa," we were always proud. I guess had I made a different choice, I probably would have liked to go on with Dad and you know, play music with him, because I really liked it, and I felt had that talent that was handed down. But there's so much more to our culture than just music. The family unit is so close. I think when people come down here, they can sense it.
This is my baby girl, Christine, who is 12 years old, soon be 13, and she's taking care of her daddy. And to my immediate left is one of my brothers, Harry, with his son, Timmy. And then with the guitar is a nephew of mine, Tony, with his wife, Tony is Rodney's son, and his wife. We're very proud to be here today with all of you folks.
Of course, we can't talk about Dad without talking about Mama, because Mama was the backbone of our whole family. And she's the one who made the sacrifices. She's the one who stayed home with the children. She's the one who kept the fort going. And Mom's dream was to be a dancer. You know, she would have loved to have been a dancer, but of course you didn't do that in her day and age. You know, nobody went off to be a dancer. So, but she was a cut-up, a comic, a good time, and yet as mischievous as she could be, she was just as true and as straight arrow as far as she was an honest person. She was fair, so loving, very, very loved. She's very, very missed in this family.
This is a rocker recliner. This is just a wall away.
In addition to playing music, Dewey has been a farmer, an insurance salesman, a school bus driver, and a furniture store owner.
This is also a rocker recliner. This is, I call this the Cadillac of the chairs. It's a wall away.
Oh, really?
Fine chair.
That's nice.
It all depends what people, you know, what you're looking for. If you're looking for a rocker or just a
I preferred
recliner.
something with the tapestry.
Uh-huh.
You know, I'm a little tired of vinyl and leather and that kind of stuff. But this is pretty.
Well, like we have another one here, you know, this is also a rocker recliner. And it's looking for a home. They're all looking for a home.
Good.
My dad was a farmer. He was a sharecropper. The brothers and I would work on the farm with him. We'd play music after the day's work, and we learned to play our music from him and some of the people in the neighborhood.
The Balfa brothers played music in their communities for dances, weddings, and house parties. Then in the mid-60s, Dewey was invited to play at the Newport Folk Festival. And since then, with his brothers and their friends, they made many records and played many concerts throughout the United States, Canada, and Western Europe.
Les vins de la coulée est parti au village pour acheter du coton jaune dans la boutique. C'est pour ça des petites mémés, pour les belles petites filles, pour les belles petites filles, aller à grand passé.
Will Balfa worked many years for the state of Louisiana Highway Commission. Will enjoyed all kinds of music, but he didn't care much to travel. He preferred staying at home with his wife Una and playing music with his friends and his family around the town of Mamou. Rodney was a bricklayer and often worked with his wife Ann and his son Tony in and around Mamou. Rodney was crazy about his music, and he would travel to play with Dewey wherever people wanted to hear them. He inspired a lot of Cajuns, and non-Cajuns as well.
Rodney's music was unique, not just because of his music, but because of who he was. He included, he didn't exclude anybody from his music. His music was for us who came to Louisiana, and weren't Cajuns, but just loved how it sounded, and not just how it sounded, but how it made us feel.
I was asked if the Saturday morning program that we have at Fred Tate's Lounge here in Mamou is primarily to foster and encourage the Cajun music. I'm sure to a lot of them, the musicians themselves, that's probably why they're there, and that's probably their aim, you know, to encourage the music. Myself, and I think quite a few others, including possibly the Balfas, go further in saying that we're using the Cajun music all along here to not preserve naturally the language, but also to restore, if you want, a certain pride among the younger Cajun Americans.
Besides traveling and performing his music, Dewey's way of preserving Cajun culture is bringing traditional Cajun music to the school children of Southwest Louisiana and introducing them to some of the great musicians who live among them, like his nephew Tony Balfa, the legendary Nathan Absher, and Zydeco accordionist Rockin' Doopsy.
We're here to tell you a little bit about what a Cajun is. A Cajun is a person who his homeland was France, went into Nova Scotia, at the time Acadia, and settled there, and was there for about 100 years, and afterwards the British took over the territory, and then the French-speaking people of the French descendants, known as the Acadians, came down to the southwestern part of Louisiana, and that was back in 1755. So over all these years, your language and your music has been preserved from daddy to son, daddy to daughter, mama to daughter. How many of you in here can speak French? Raise your hand. My, that's nice. Okay, how many of you that your parents speak French? That's even greater. Okay, any one of you's parents play music at home? I never would have thought it. That's very, very nice. Okay, we're gonna ask this other fine gentleman, accordionist here, Mr. Nathan Abshar, to do one of the old traditional type
Cajun song, and it's titled Jolie Blonde. It's very difficult to keep a group together because people that plays traditional Cajun music aren't people that play music for a living. They all have jobs. However, their music is very important to them. But it makes it very difficult to keep a group to travel. But I was very, very fortunate to have had my brothers who backed me up with whatever project that I had, whether it was a local gig, a radio station, playing into the schools, or even travel away from home. They always backed me up. It does make it a little harder now that they're gone, but I have so many friends that I can just set in with them and really get my wanting to play out of my system.
music Dewey and his brothers learned as kids, the music they took out of Louisiana and spread around the country, that music was learned by ear, passed on from a time before the arrival of records, radio, and even electricity. Now in the clubs and dance halls of Southwest Louisiana, you can hear those same tunes in a different way, on fiddles with pickups, amplified accordions, electric bass and rhythm guitar, drums and pedal steel guitar. This is modern Cajun music, and this too is Dewey Balfa's music.
Attention. Écoute. Ils sont rentrés, Dewey Balfa. Dewey Balfa est rentré ici ce soir. Dewey, viens ici au bandstand. Viens ici. Viens ici, Guinec. Alright. Ça va bien. Ouais, ça va bien. Et tout le monde pourra danser, bien s'amuser à ce soir, ici dans la Louisiane. Oui, dans le cœur de la Louisiane, parmi les Cajuns. Ouais. Mauvais two-step, on appelle ça les flammes d'enfer, ou les flammes d'enfer.
tonight.
Yeah, man.